uncertainty there with some postponements and rescheduling there early in the season. You're finally able to get on the road, play some baseball down there. Got a couple of wins to bookend the trip. Can you kind of just talk about what you saw down south?
Yeah, it was really good to get on the bus again with the guys and go play some difficult uniforms. So I thought we had a tale of two trips. I thought when we played our brand of baseball, I thought we were 2-1 on the week, and I thought when we got away from it and just lost our game plan, our style, I thought we got beat 2 games pretty bad. So again, we've talked about it here before. We talked about it with our guys every single day. When we play our brand, we're pretty talented, we're pretty special, and when we get away from that, it gets away from us in a hurry. So a lot of good positives from this trip, a lot of things that we can focus on this next couple of weeks before we get into conference season.
I know you played a few games since opening day, but talk about that big opening day win. You had some guys near the back end of your order really produced for you in that opener.
Yeah, that first game was fun to see our guys come out and swing it. I thought we played really well. I thought we pitched it. I thought RJ had a really good game. I thought our lineup from top down was good, and like you said, the bottom of our order had a really big game. Jordan Williams comes out in his first ever game with us, put 2 balls over the fence, which was really cool to see. So we did some cool things. We came out, we showed what we're capable of offensively, and even on the mound when we do things the right way. So we just got to keep finding a way to do that on a consistent basis.
And then in that second win, there at the end of the trip with the 5-3 score, a little bit closer game than some of the others that were played. It's got to be a little bit nice early in the year to see the guys be gritty enough to win a close game like that.
Yeah, absolutely. I talked to their coach quite a bit about that. Those are 2 really good teams. I mean, they're a top 20 team right now in the country, and we went out and we beat them from the start. Their pitcher was really good, throwing a lot of strikes, pretty firm, and our guys were able to go out and battle and put together some really nice at bats, and we came out on top. So playing playoff baseball like that this early in the year is really fun. Again, that was a really good team, and it shows our guys that we can win close games, and we can win close games against good teams. So kind of back to our brand of baseball, when we play our style, when we're able to get to where we want in our bullpen and get guys on base, we're going to be pretty special.
You mentioned Jordan Williams, Blake Gallagher, Drew Baling had some clutch hits in that final game of the trip. Overall, what did you see from your offense? What do you take moving forward?
Yeah, the last game of the trip was really good. Again, their starter was 94-95. It's probably the firmest arm we're going to see all year. And Jackson McCorney starting off the game of the third inning with the 2-run shot, and then Kellen Pete, who did struggle with the bat all week, come up with a really big hit to put us ahead, and Jordan Williams battled and got on base a few times, and Baling hit that 2-run double to give us a little bit of breathing room. So we battled against a really good pitching staff, and again, offensively, we're good enough to do that. So it was fun to see us put it together and get a big win to close it out.
You mentioned Kellen Pete, and he's got a guy that's been around your lineup a little bit, and you mentioned that he was struggling a little, and then saw him come through there in the clutch. Do you think instances like that, maybe not just with Kellen, maybe some other guys too, do you think that's just early season stuff, maybe not quite used to with everything going on with COVID and the off season and whatnot? Do you think there's going to be a little bit of time that guys need to ease into the year a little?
You know what? It always happens early in the year. It's easy to overreact or underreact to good starts or bad starts. And I thought Kellen Pete came out and he struggled a little bit the first couple of games and then put a little bit too much pressure on himself. He's a really good hitter. He's done some really good things for us, and he's going to hit. So it was good to see him come up in a big spot, and I wasn't worried at all. I knew from the bottom of my heart he was going to come up big for us, and he did. So hopefully I can get him rolling. And same with Drew Baling. He started off a little bit slow and came up with a really big hit for us in that game. So it's easy to put stock into early season numbers when you don't have a whole lot of at bats to kind of really get a sample size for things. But again, hopefully that last game can kind of springboard some guys and to getting us in a good role offensively.
So back to the pitching staff now. You had some solid performances. RJ McNenis did a solid job on the opening day start. What did you see from the staff as a whole over the weekend trip?
Yeah, when our staff pitched aggressively, we were really good. And I think we need to take a page out of RJ's book and Jordan Chappell's book, and everyone needs to kind of follow suit with that. When we're getting ahead in counts, when we're attacking guys with our best pitches early in the counts, we're gonna be tough to hit. We got a little bit too far behind in counts, 1-0, 2-0, in some of those games that we dropped, and it kind of showed. So. RJ threw the ball really well for us all weekend, and Jordan Chappell was about as dominant as I've seen a reliever here in quite some time. I mean, it was strike after strike. It was firm and it was aggressive. So if we can keep putting together innings like that and attacking guys early in the zone, early in the counts in the zone, we're gonna be pretty good.
And going forward, you mentioned conference play coming up. This early season non-conference schedule was a little bit different compared to other years, especially you had the reschedulings and whatnot. But what can you take from these early few games into conference play and really build upon? Yeah,
there's a lot of things. We got about 3 weeks here that we got time to kind of sit down and digest some things. And offensively, we'll work on some things. And same with on the mound defensively. I think we need to clean some things up. But I think it's going to be really good going into conference weekend. We played some really good teams. We're battle tested, and we know where we're standing. We know what we got to do, and I think guys are going to be hungry for it, because I don't think the 2-3 first trip is a relatively good taste in their mouth. So. I think they'll be hungry these next 3 weeks. I think we'll be able to get after it a little bit, and again, our brand of baseball. We just got to play that. And you guys are probably gonna get sick of me saying that. You probably already are, and so are our guys. But it shows when we play our brand. It's different. So we just need to keep doing that. And find a way to get that off us every time.
I just have one more question. You got a couple of first years into the rotation with Badger and who else? Cameron Bagshaw, and Trevin Badger both got to pitch. With a shorter non-conference, did you make it a point to get some guys that are new to the team into the rotation, get them on the mound? Yeah,
these games are for us to get everybody some innings. Badger and Bagshaw are going to be two really good pitchers for us. They're going to pitch in some close games against the best teams we've got. They've earned some big innings, and they're really good arms. So it was good to see them get their feet wet. They both had a good outing. They both had a welcome to college outing. So we've got that out of the way now, and now it's time for them to kind of settle back in and see that they belong here, and know that they're able to get guys out at a high level for us. So Griffin Sheeran was another arm that came in and pitched pretty well for us. So I think we're gonna be able to attack guys with our best dudes now, and especially with conference season, there's no holding back now, and I think these games help those young guys especially.
And lastly, off the top, you mentioned how excited you were to get back on the diamond and whatnot, but can you kind of just speak for the players? How excited were they to finally get back on the field after a long off season, not much in the fall happening? Just what were the emotions for those guys?
Yeah, it was pretty fun. Our guys had some energy. The practice the day before was a ton of fun. Our guys were running around loud. We're pretty loud either way, and I think we had an extra level of energy to us. So our guys were excited. They were fun, and they were fun to watch. So hopefully we can keep that energy up throughout the course of the season, and not take this one for granted, and go to work.